Item number 2, SB546 by Senator Wilk, a bill relating to communications and the Lifeline Universal Service Program. Senator Wilk, when you're ready, please begin.
Thank you, Mr. Chair and members. Before you is SB 546, which extends the iFoster pilot program as part of the CPUC's broader Lifeline program. I want to first thank the chair and the committee staff for their work on this bill, and I'd also like to take this time to accept the committee amendments which will provide increased flexibility for the PUC to provide these benefits to foster youth as part of the Lifeline program. 70% of my district resides in LA County, and it is home to 1 out of every 3 foster youth in LA County. So I'm well aware of the challenges and the need for this program to continue. Given the state's responsibility to care for its foster youth and the fact that this pilot program ends in a few short months, the legislature must take action to ensure that foster youth have continued access to these valuable resources. With me today on the phone to provide expert testimony and answer any questions on the pilot program is Serita Cox, the CEO and co-founder of iFoster, the current administrator of the pilot program.
Thank you, Mr. Senator. We're going to use the same rules on this bill as well, limiting testimony to both sides to 15 minutes. And we'll go now to Serita Cox. She's the lead speaker in support. And if we can get her on the phone.
Ms. Cox, your line's open. Good afternoon, and thank you so much for the opportunity. My name is Serita Cox, and as the Senator mentioned, I am the CEO and co-founder of iFoster and a former foster youth. iFoster is a national nonprofit providing over $125 million in resources to 245,000 foster youth annually across all 50 states. Access to reliable communications is a true lifeline for our youth. This is why I am proud to say that this first program in the country to provide equitable, reliable communications for foster youth is a success, providing a total of 13,830 foster youth with access. Launched mid-November 2019, in just 16 months, the iFoster Phones for Foster Youth Lifeline pilot has provided communications for 11,210 foster youth, meeting the needs of 70% of pilot-eligible foster youth. We also connected an additional 2,620 foster youth who were not eligible for the pilot with funding from CDSS and philanthropy. Not only do nearly 14,000 California foster youth now have reliable communications, they're using it. Pilot participants use their phones for communications with friends, family, and support network, for schoolwork, employment, and telehealth. 100% of participants and their agencies believe this program should be continued and should be nationwide, which is why we need your support. While the CPUC does have purview over this pilot, these youth are wards of the state, and it is your responsibility as senators to ensure their rights to communications as codified in the California Foster Care Bill of Rights are realized. This program is the only program that fulfills these rights inclusively and equitably. Your support is required to ensure this program continues with no service gaps. Well, and all indications are that the CPUC will recommend continuation in their evaluation report. We are 6 months away from pilot end with no commitment, no plan, and no budget for continuation. Further, there is no plan for swapping out phones if this pilot were to continue. On January 1st, all participant phones will cease to work because T-Mobile is shutting down the Sprint network. The phones of all 13,830 foster youth, as well as the estimated 2,100 more we anticipate signing up, will cease to function. From the perspective of the foster care community, Phones for Foster Youth has been a success. In fact, we are in discussions with several states, including New York, Michigan, Washington, Kentucky, and Mississippi, to replicate the program based on the impact achieved here in California. But there is a risk that our California foster youth lose their communication gains. and losing service can have dire consequences. As one youth participant shared, I might have committed suicide if I wasn't able to reach out to my support system with my iFoster phone. For these reasons, iFoster and our hundreds of partner organizations support SB546 and respectfully ask for your support. Thank you very much.
Very well. Are there any speakers here in the gallery wishing to speak in support? There are none. There are none in room 112. We'll go to speakers in support on the phone lines. Moderator, please cue speakers in support of SB 546.
Thank you. If you are in support of SB 546, you may press 1 and then 0 now.
Thank you. Line 74, your line is open.
Sounds great.
74?
We hear you just fine. Please speak.
My name is Jasmine Terranova. I am a former foster youth and I support.
Thank you very much. Moderator, next speaker, and we're asking for name, affiliation, and position on the measure. Limit your comments to your name, affiliation, and your position on this measure. Moderator, please cue the next speaker.
Line 76, your line is open. Line 76.
Thank you.
Your line is open.
Thank you. Kiara Green, former foster youth, support of 546.
Thank you. Next speaker.
Thank you. It'll come from line 33. Your line is open.
Priscilla Vidal, former foster youth. I support Senate Bill 546.
Thank you. And we have no further support in queue at this time.
Now we'll go to speakers in opposition. Any speakers? None in opposition in the gallery, none in room 112. We don't have any organized lead speaker in opposition, so moderator will go to any speakers in opposition.
For comments in opposition, please press 1, then 0. I command again, 1, then 0. And line 98, your mic is open.
Daniel Gutierrez on behalf of TURN, the Utility Reform Network, with an opposed unless amended position, but we look forward to working with the author's office moving forward to address our concerns.
Very well. Anyone else?
Line 94, your mic is open. I apologize. There is no line 94. We have no further comments at this time.
Okay, very well. We'll come back to the members of the committee. And before we have discussion here, I just wanted to ask the senator presenting, are you okay with amendments? I think you mentioned you were.
Yeah, I mentioned in my opening comments, absolutely.
Yeah, you did. I just wanted to clarify that in case anyone's ready to make a motion. If we have any questions, comments from the senators, and if not, can we entertain a motion? Did I hear? Senator Borges moves the bill with amendments, and the amendments are do pass as amended, but first amend and re-refer to the Committee on Human Services. And if there are no more comments, did you want to make
I
any closing
respectfully
statements?
ask for an aye vote.
Thank you very much. Clerk, please call the roll.
SB 546 by Senator Wilk, do pass as amended, but first amend and re-refer to the Committee on Human Services. Wessel?
Aye.
Wessel, aye. Dolly? Aye. Dolly, aye. Becker?
Aye.
Becker, aye. Borges?
Aye.
Borges, aye. Bradford? Dodd?
Aye.
Dodd, aye. Eggman?
Aye.
Eggman, aye. Gonzalez?
Aye.
Gonzalez, aye. Grove?
Aye.
Grove, aye. Hertzberg? McGuire? Min?
Aye.
Min, aye. Rubio?
Aye.
Rubio, aye. Stern? Chair, there's 10 ayes.
Okay, very well. We'll hold the bill, we'll hold the roll open for absent members. The bill appears to have enough votes nonetheless.
Thank you, Mr. Chair and members.
Thank you. We'll call our next author.